Last week, a violent storm system worked its way through our state and other parts of the South, including Hattiesburg, Mississippi, where a tornado touched down on the campus of Southern Miss. The Red Cross has been busy trying to help with recovery efforts. John Fleischauer is here from the West Alabama chapter of the American Red Cross to tell me more about it. John, thanks so much for being with us today.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Now, you guys, so busy in Mississippi, and we were watching the story about Hurricane Sandy there, and you mentioned that you guys are still busy up on the East Coast too, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. We are still actively providing food and other services to help with the recovery of all of those who are affected by that storm.
Wow. All right. Now, when you're in a situation like you are with Hattiesburg, and the tornadoes came in, it's done its damage, and people are trying to pick up the pieces, how do you guys help out? In most instances, I'm familiar with you guys getting there right after the disaster happens, being sort of like right behind the first responders. What sort of support do you offer at this stage in recovery?
Well, at this point, I mean, we're still meeting those immediate needs of the people who have been displaced and who, are still working to try and get back into their homes and all of that they need to do for their long-term recovery. A lot of that involves helping them with casework and helping them to make those connections with the other organizations like FEMA and some of the others. They're able to provide some more assistance, but really it's just making sure that they have all of the tools that they need to get back to their normal way of life.
Now, how similar is what happened in Hattiesburg to what happened in Tuscaloosa almost 2 years ago?
Well, it's really hard to draw too many comparisons between the two different systems. I mean, one thing is it was a lot more localized in Hattiesburg, whereas with Tuscaloosa it was a large part of the South. But as far as what we're able to do for the people who have gone through the disaster, that really doesn't change. We're still able to provide them with food and clothing and shelter and help to meet those immediate needs, and then also continue like what we're doing in New York right now with making sure that they're able to get to those resources to help with their more long-term recovery.
Now, you guys are helping so many people out right now. I'm assuming that you really need maybe the folks at home and anyone else to step in and help you guys. What can they do? And it doesn't just have to be money, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, obviously money is always something that we like to have because that's what allows us to serve the clients. But we also, I mean, we're 97% volunteer run. And so anybody who's looking for ways to volunteer is always welcome. I mean, we don't really have any age or skill requirements, just whatever people are interested in. If that's something they want to do, we'd love to have them. And they can do that just by going to alredcross.org, and there's a volunteer application that they can fill out, and they'll get referred back to us, and we'll help them to make those connections with the areas they might be interested in.
Now, how much longer do you figure you guys will be helping out in Hattiesburg?
It's really hard to say. I mean, it just depends on what the needs are, because they're continuing to assess those and to determine what that timeline is going to look like. And it's also something that can evolve as time goes on.
All right, super. John, thank you so much for being with us today.
Glad to be
here. And best of luck with everything that you guys are working on.
I appreciate it.
To help the people of Hattiesburg, or to find out more about the West Alabama chapter of the American Red Cross, call 205-758-3608.